Kia ora guys and welcome back to the Black Jersey. My name's Max, I'm the host over here at this channel, and a massive thank you to my patrons. As I say to begin every single video, I've been awake for about an hour and I'm presenting to you the All Blacks team sheet for the 2023 Rugby World Cup final. It was always going to go this way, wasn't it guys? There's a few controversial things that I think a lot of people will rip into in the comments section, but I think the important thing is that Ian Foster, Jason Ryan, Joe Schmidt, they weren't scared by the 7-1 bench announced earlier today in European times, and they've just gone for the experience. First off with the front rowers, we have Ethan de Groot, Cody Taylor and Tyrell Lomax. Spot on selections. De Groot and Lomax, their fitness is going to be very important. The key to taking down the 7-1 split, as we saw from the Irish, it was withstanding the fact that the 7-1 split may not all exactly come on at once. If they're not all coming on at once, you can probably tire a few of them out by relying on your own fitness to kind of settle them in a little bit before you bring on your own impact players. With the fact that De Groot and Lomax are going so deep into test matches these days, that is absolutely perfect. Taylor is well known in New Zealand circles here as well for his fitness. He does extra exercise after training with the Crusaders at club level, going to HIIT workouts, and his dedication is huge. The 85 test veteran is sure to have a bit of impact in this game. The locking duo, Brodie Retallick and Scott Barrett as well. The fact that Sam Whitelock is on the bench instead of these guys presents more opportunity for the turnovers early on. The fact that Retallick is going to be starting, well, we're going to get a bit more carrying. We're going to try to assert a bit more front foot ball in the dominance early on, and I think that's a pretty good outlook to have. Scott Barrett as well, racking up 70 tests. This is going to be very, very good for him. And with Shannon Frizzell as a third lock playing 6, that frees up Ardie Savia and Sam Cane, the dual open sides, to also start to assert the dominance of the breakdown. The fact that you're starting off with 2 out-and-out fetchers to begin the test match with then 2 more coming off the bench in the form of Dalton Papali'i and Sam Whitelock is excellent. Samisoni Taukei'aho, who's the reserve hooker, very, very handy over the ball as well. He's not exactly this, useless person when it comes to the breakdown. Taukei'aho is very, very reliable in the lineouts, and even though Dane Coles is a more experienced player, I think they've chosen to go for Samisoni Taukei'aho and his ability to remain calm under pressure, his ability to throw those key lineouts when it matters most. When Taukei'aho first played South Africa in 2021, I was absolutely terrified seeing such a young player being a key decision maker for the team, but this man, he stepped up and nailed his role perfectly. Tamashi Williams, fresh off being nominated for World Rugby Breakthrough Player of the Year, he's going to add a bit of grunt when he comes onto the pitch with his carrying, and the fact that Fletcher Newell is also a very scrum oriented, not really a guy who's going to do much around the park, that's why they've gone for Nepo Laulala. They're the same kind of player, they're the same height as each other, and Laulala, a more experienced player, will be able to add a fair bit in the scrum. The fact that he's really experienced will be good for Williams' mental approach to the game. He'll have, the old boy there in the corner to, give them pointers if they're starting to feel like they're a bit down on the scoreboard. This will also be Laulala's final ever test for the All Blacks, as he will be remaining in France to play with Toulouse at club level. Laulala debuted all the way back in 2015, so this will be a good end for him, as it will for Whitelock in his 153rd test as well. Papali'i, he covers 6, 7 and 8. It just makes sense, doesn't it? The back line, very, very settled as well, unchanged from both the semi and the quarterfinals. We've got Aaron Smith also in his final test, his 125th at halfback, and Richie Mo'unga as well. He's also off to Japan just like Smith in a 10. I said for so long, stop ignoring Mo'unga, show him the respect, and throughout 2023, I've just been so satisfied to see Mo'unga finally just being given those keys to run the team, and he is not disappointed. It's been so excellent to see Richie Mo'unga finally get the respect where it's due. Mark Talia as well, it makes sense. He's very, very competent under the high ball. The fact that he has South African ancestry is always going to fire him up emotionally for this test match, and most importantly, he loves to beat defenders, and he can be relied to tackle Curly Aronza and Cheslin Colby, who will be very difficult to stop. Geordie Barrett and Rieko Ioane as well. They keep getting selected. There's no point arguing. That's exactly who Ian Foster wants, and that's how you need to approach it. If a coach knows who they want to pick, they need to pick them and don't just, mess around. South Africa with their 7-1 split, on the other hand, they've messed around a fair bit, whereas we're definitely looking a lot more organised with the fact that the back line is unchanged. Very, very good. Ioane as well, 69th test match. Barrett, 57th test match. That's great. And Will Jordan, man, awesome to see him there as well. There is potential as well for Jordan to break the record for Brian Habana, Jonah Lomu and Julian Savia for the most tries scored by a man at a Rugby World Cup. Beauden Barrett as well will also play his final test, so he'll be pumped up, he'll be ready to go. And the reserves, based on what we saw against Ireland, I don't actually think we're going to see Finlay Christie and Damien McKenzie come on. Aaron Smith, with the way this game's going to go, I'm almost certain he's going to play the full 80. They clearly just trust Christie defensively that little bit more, and so that's just, I think, what's decided selection between Christie and Roygaard. The fact that Roygaard's played just 5 test matches as well, you don't want to just throw him in the deep end like that, do you? You just don't want to do that. Damien McKenzie as well, everyone knows he's going to do that. He's that guy that can come off the bench, provide the spark. That'll be very, very good if things are getting difficult for us. And Anton Leonard-Brown, man, the experienced player again. If you can't necessarily win on power, then you've got to go out there and you've got to win on experience. Good luck to the All Blacks for the game, man. I never thought we would be here for the final. I thought we'd be back at home in New Zealand in a state of mourning right now, but we're here in the final. This is absolutely awesome after, a bit of a shocker last few years for the country as a whole. We're rediscovering our identity, and the All Blacks, they're being the major factor in that by making the 2023 Rugby World Cup final. Ian Foster, man, if he wins a World Cup, well, awesome stuff. Great way for him to finish his tenure as the head coach. I'll just remind you guys as well to subscribe to me and like this video if you enjoyed it. And of course, you can support me over on Instagram and down in the comment section where you can let me know your thoughts on the team. Well, it's getting real right now. 2023 Rugby World Cup final. Here we come. My name's Max. I'm the host over here at this channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers for watching.